Back once again for the renegade master. 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 Back once again for the renegade master.
Hello my renegades and welcome back. And what are we getting back into? We're getting into Married at First Sight Australia series 11, and now we are on episode 5, and then we're going to get our 2 final couples on this episode, so we have a bit to talk about. But before we get into it, as I always ask, please hit that subscribe button, please hit that notification button so when you know I'm on and doing videos. And let's get into this episode, shall we? So we see Richard. He's the older gentleman, he's 62, and it was his daughter who basically convinced him to apply for the show because he was with someone for quite some time and then they separated. He'd had, you know, as dating apps go, he'd really had a bad go of it, especially with the age that he's at and how they work. So his daughter convinced him to do the show, which he did, and he is going to be paired with Andrea, who is an older lady as well. She's 51 years old and she's had 2 children, and she was basically saying it was maths that actually caused her to separate and break things off with her children's father, because she heard the term gaslighting and looked it up and then realised that that's what was happening to her within her relationship. So she decided to end it there and decided to then apply to this show. And she thought, well, if maths ended my relationship at that point, maths can find me a new husband. So I was like, okay, each to their own, each to their own. And then we see Lauren. Who's going to get married to Jonathan. Oh, Lauren is a completely different kettle of fish, isn't she? Like she's a Lauren to herself. Everything that could go wrong on her day went absolutely hella wrong. Went wrong. She ran absolutely late. I know I'm going ahead of myself. She ran absolutely late for her own wedding. Couldn't get out of the driveway in the limo. Forgot her bouquet back at the place, so had to get the limo driver to stop and pick out the flowers out the bush, so she had bush flowers. And also came down in a lovely white dress. It was a different white dress. It was like a geometric type style with really big high shoulder pads. I actually did like it. And she got her friend to fake tan her part of her body while she was in this white dress. I thought, okay, all right, all signs are leading to stop what you're doing and run for the hills, because you shouldn't be getting married anyway, and I don't think you'd like Jonathan. All the signs were pointing that way, but she still continued on about her day. She still did what she had to go and do. She still met Jonathan at that altar, and Jonathan totally smitten with her. She is a bit of a live wire, like an absolute live wire. Lauren has her own PR and marketing business, and I'm like, so you're the face of your business, yeah? She must realise that people are going to be watching her as she's the face of her business and drawing their own conclusions in regards to how she's presenting on TV. I don't think Lauren gives a shit. Like, seriously, I don't think Lauren gives a shit about that, to be fair, in the way that she does carry on. She says that she wants somebody nice. She says that she wants somebody to be able to calm and settle her, because she is very much, oh, like, seriously, she did not stop. She did not stop in the slightest. I don't know if it was more so bravado when she kept on dropping jokes and being as crass as she was being, or she was literally testing people to see how far, as she said, she could take it with people and see if they'd be able to take it. But yeah, she didn't stop. She was switched on 100 all the way through that. All the way through that. Now, Jonathan has this, I think it's his stepsister. I think they said it was his stepsister, but it's his sister, and they're all very close, sister and brother. And you could tell that this sister had a stick broken in her ass, because she did not like Lauren at all. She was very much wary of Lauren. She thinks that she knows what her brother wants, and she doesn't want someone that's an absolute party animal, wants to go out and be on the clubbing scene, wants to get drunk all the time, wants to be loud and leery all the time. He wants someone as well that's quite calm. This is what the stepsister's saying. He wants someone that is quite calm and is actually ready for marriage and to settle down and to have those children. Straight away you could tell that the sister did not like Lauren, because Lauren is every bit opposite of what probably she thought Jonathan wanted. But Jonathan was enjoying himself. Jonathan actually said he was smitten by this girl, because Lauren could not stop cracking the jokes as she went along, and she had everybody in stitches. She got more leery as time went on, because she got a few drinks down a gob. So then she got a lot leerier and started to talk about this food, because she was telling Jonathan what she did, like she's in PR and marketing and stuff like that. And she was telling them at the top table in regards to, like, there's this meal that she has that she absolutely loves, and she says it's better than giving a blowjob. Now, she wasn't quiet when she said that. She wasn't quiet when she said that, and the sister just looked around like, oh my God, let me clutch my pearls. She said it's better. And they were just laughing their frigging heads off, like literally laughing their heads off. The sister was like, nah. The sister did catch her point though, when she watched Jonathan go off to the toilet, because Lauren was pissed. You could see that Lauren was pissed at the end of the day. And she was sitting at the table. So the sister decided to take her jaunt and go over and sit next to Lauren. And I don't know if she wanted to try and question her, but Lauren was 3 sheets to the wind. Lauren was just being herself. So the sister started going in regards to wanting to get to know Lauren. And Lauren talked about before she came in, she was in Bali, she was having the time of her life, she got drunk, she was doing this, she was doing X, she was doing... And the more and more she spoke, the more and more the sister's face looked like a spanked ass. And I thought, at the end of the day, she's a young girl, she's living her life, she's got her business going, she's doing what she's doing, and she's enjoying herself. Now she's come into the experiment. I hope it works for Lauren, like I really do, because there's a part of me thinking, why did she apply to this show? She's saying that she wants someone to level out her craziness and calm her down, basically. And she wants someone nice because she's used to guys being a certain way, especially when it comes to a red flag. Basically, she attracts red flags and she likes it. But the difficulty with Lauren is she's going to superimpose that behaviour on to Jonathan and expect him to act the way that she's used to men acting with her. But I don't think Jonathan would do that. So Richard looked very dapper on his day, and Andrea looked like one of your flower-powered 60s girls, basically. They're both definitely young at heart, and I think the experts got it right when they did put them two together. You could see why they'd put them two together in that sense. Both of them have got children from other relationships and are a lot older. So he comes in on a motorbike, and the whole wedding party is just eclectic, even on his side with his daughter and all his family members and friends sitting where they are. Everybody's just eclectic in their own little way. And he comes in on a motorbike. Sister loves it because mum loves motorbikes. Andrea loves the motorbikes. But then he's waiting at the altar, and Andrea's literally having a panic attack in the back of the limo. Basically, getting anxious in terms of getting out and facing someone new and going through this whole experience with them, and hoping that this person will treat her the way she expects to be treated. Now, my thing is there's no way in hell, after all these series that have gone on in Married at First Sight Australia, that none of these people have watched the show. None of these people don't know the concept of the show. So yes, you're going to have your anxieties, but you put yourself in it for a reason. So all I'm saying is she might as well get her ass out of the car and start as she means to go on. So as you see her start to try and settle, her son comes and takes her out, and then that's when she feels okay to walk down. Now, when the both of them did meet, it was like two souls, like proper two souls connecting with each other, and you could see the instant attraction that they did have with each other. Their vows were good, and you can definitely tell that Richard is a motivational speaker, because his vows went above and beyond, basically. Above and beyond. A for effort is what I'll give him, A for effort. And then the funny thing was Andrea needed to go to her friend to get her glasses in able to read her vows to him, and then she quickly took them off and threw them to him. But yeah, they were like kids at heart, and they had so much in common. And you could see throughout the episode that they were literally gravitating closer and closer together. Whereas with Jonathan and Lauren Lauren basically woke up the next morning, bearing in mind she was all over Jonathan, like at the wedding. The sexual chemistry was just like bouncing off them, like ping, 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 ping. And then she wakes up, it's like the proverbial thing when you wake up the next day and you see the person that you slept next to, and it's not the person that you thought that you were kissing up the night before because you had your beer goggles on. That's how Lauren woke up, basically. And I knew at that point, she's not going to try and give this man a chance in terms of seeing where they can build a relationship for. As again, I asked the question, why is she there? I don't understand. So she's starting to take a step back from him. I think he can confine the feeling, but he isn't saying anything yet, but he's still very much into Lauren. That hasn't changed for Jonathan in the slightest. He is quite a calm person. He does talk like really slow and steady as well. There's no inflection in his voice, and he can be soft-spoken. So Lauren's sitting there thinking that he's probably too nice for her and she will probably eat him for breakfast. So they get to the honeymoon, and again, there's a little bit of awkwardness between them because Lauren is creating that awkwardness. So they're sitting on the sofa, and as they're sitting on the sofa, Jonathan just leans over and just moves her hair back out of her face and kind of strokes down her face. And if you ever did see the face that Lauren made, I would have turned around and said, what the matter with you? What's up with you? Keep your face like that, the wing on, turn it and keep it that way. She looked highly disgusted when the man did that. So the man, I literally had to ask her what her issue was. And that's when she turned around and told him that she thinks he's too nice for her. She doesn't think that he'll challenge her. She doesn't think that he will put her on her toes, put her in a place, X, Y, and Z. And I thought, that's not challenging, my love. That's quite toxic. That is quite toxic. And all the men that have been doing that with you, of course, you said all had red flags and all did certain things to you in a certain way. This is married at first sight, right? You came on here to try and change your behavior, dating patterns of a lifetime to be able to make a connection with someone that you probably won't see that you need, but you do need, rather than somebody that you want. And in essence, you can't sit there and then try and change the person who Jonathan is to fit your wants in that regard. So Lauren needs to take a step back, take a deep breath, figure out why she's there, and literally give this man a chance at the end of the day. He has not taken marriage lightly, and Lauren shouldn't take marriage lightly either. So Jonathan is basically saying that, you know, it's only been a day. You don't even know me. You don't even know what I am capable of at the end of the day. All I'm saying is that he doesn't need to step into a realm of being toxic towards this girl, because that's what she's calling for, because that's not what a marriage makes at the end of the day. Hopefully the closeness and Jonathan's abilities and capabilities, she will start to see and actually sink a little bit deeper below the surface than what she's been used to. And that was coming to the end of that episode. There wasn't really much to say about Andrea and Richard. They are still getting on like a house on fire, and they're on their honeymoon now. But as I always say, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that notification button so you know I'm on and doing videos. And I'll be back on your screens very soon with the next one. Peace out.